All right, Ralph here, Boricua Sense. This episode is brought to you in part by the good folks at Toro. And today, we're going to talk about two from Nusuk. Nusuk. I don't know how you say that. But nonetheless, we're going to talk about some recent additions to the collection that are very good. First, we're going to talk about Nusuk Safa. Safa, however you say that. And Nusuk Sama. Stay tuned. Alright guys, first of all, if you would like, subscribe to the channel, hit those bell notifications so when I do something new, which is just about every day, you get a notification and you can see it, comment, and do your thing. Now, we're going to start with the first one. We're going to start with Safa. Safa. This is the female counterpart, or at least they say it's unisex, but I got it for my wife because she loves vanilla, sweets, that kind of stuff. This one came out last year. I don't even know if it's late last year, early. I don't know because I just heard about these here recently. So this one's got top notes of marshmallow, whipped cream, strawberry, and lemon. Middle notes: milk, coconut, sugar, raspberry, nectarine. Base notes: vanilla, musk, and ambroxan. If this reminds you of marshmallow blush, yum bougie marshmallow, blah blah blah, you are absolutely right. The reason why I got this one, sorry, let's put it here. The reason why I wanted to get this one is because I got my wife marshmallow blush, just by Paris Corners. It smells killer, very sweet. It's right up her alley. But when she first got it, like many of Middle Eastern fragrances, they need to mature a little bit. They need to get some oxygen in them, make them better. I've told her that, but she knows I'm listening. Anyway, so she got it, or I got it for her. She smelled, oh my God, this is too much, too sweet, too bad. I'm not set. I'm like, baby, you have to give it some time. So we give it to Isabel. Isabel loves it. And one day about 2 weeks ago, she walks out of Isabel's room smelling like marshmallow blush. And I'm like, did you just smell marshmallow blush? She's like, yes, I did. I'm like, oh, okay. So I saw this one, and here we are. Now, notice the dent on this thing. I don't know if you can capture, maybe better see it here. She's had, this one came this week. That's the dent on this thing. So needless to say, she loves it. I am perfectly good with it because it smells like a marshmallow blush, but not as in your face with marshmallow sweetness. The marshmallow blush right now has toned down a little bit, so they're very similar. So if you have marshmallow blush, you don't need this. I got it because she likes marshmallow blush. We gave it to Isabel, so I'm like, what, I'm gonna get her this one, and sure enough, she likes this. So, would I wear this? No. As much as I like this smell, I wouldn't want this on me. This is all my wife. She loves this stuff. By Nusuk, Safa or Safa. All right, so you all know that I'm a sucker for the fresh aquatics, citrus, all that kind of stuff. Well, I had originally seen this one, but I was very hesitant about pulling the trigger. Well, Sama or Sama. Notice the difference in dent there. You see, oh, there we go. Get to slow down moving around. These arrived about the same day, and I've worn it once. She's worn this one, I don't know, maybe 3 times and stuff. Yeah. Which, I mean, I'm not criticizing her. She loves it. I'm all for it. Wear them. Wear the hell out of them. You like it? Wear the hell out of it. But with this one, I kept hearing that this is supposed to be something Pacific Rock Moss, which I don't have. I've never smelled, and I don't have anything in my collection that's supposed to be an inspo of Pacific Rock Moss. I've heard a lot of the influencers saying that this is awesome, but it does not last. It doesn't last with some projects, so you're gonna have to spray a heck of a lot, Stay with me here. So you all know how I feel about these paid influencers. I don't know why they say that about this. I'm gonna tell you why. And same for this. Same for this one. A couple of nights ago, my wife was wearing this. And I remember I was like, good Lord, are you wearing the new one? She was like, you can smell it. I'm like, yeah. I said, it was unbelievably strong. I don't mind it. I was like, yeah, you can smell it. Which obviously tells me she had gone nose blind to it. With this, today I woke up, I hit the treadmill, then I cut the grass, got in the shower. We took Isabel to a little water park here, and then we came back home, and then my wife and I went to the grocery store real quick. I wore this, knowing that I was going to be outside sweating my ass off. I did not overspray. I did, I think, 2 around the neck. I did one here, one here, one here, and one here. That was it. Typically, I do this. I didn't do any of that because I knew that I was going to be outside sweating my ass off. Which, in fact, I did. I was outside, my wife and I were watching Isabel, and we were outside in the sun. And, me, I was in a black t-shirt. So was my wife. And yes, when you wear a black t-shirt out in the sun, yeah, that's kind of, you know what I'm saying? But just about all my shirts are black. So I'm sorry, that's what I like to wear. And I was like, good Lord Almighty. So we got under the tree. Anyway, we came back home. We're at the grocery store. And keep in mind, a few hours already passed. I am going down an aisle. Lo and behold, my wife asked me, what are you wearing? I'm like, you can smell it? And she was like, that's all I can smell. And I'm like, smell my arm. She smelled my arm. She's like, that's it. I'm gonna leave it at that. Okay. I don't think that I had gone nose blind because I was getting little whiffs of it here and there, but not a lot because I didn't spray like I typically do. But the fact being that my wife could smell me inside a store, inside a grocery store, she can smell this. And I'm talking a few hours I'd gone past already. I didn't spray a lot. Take it from me. And frankly, I don't know why some of these influencers are saying that this doesn't last. I mean, I saw a video of a guy say, spray heavily because you're not going to offend anybody because this stuff is not that strong. Well, to go against what they're saying, that only fueled my curiosity, not to mention that I don't have anything, that Paradox, whatever the hell that thing is called, Pacific Rock Moss, I'm sorry, Paradox. I don't have anything like that, so I'm like, you know what, I'm going to get this. And it wasn't that expensive, so here we are. I would encourage you to pick this up. And I would encourage you to get this for your significant other. Wife, girlfriend, fiance, lover, whatever. Because this is, yeah, come on, les magnifiques, oui, oui. Raphaël, je t'aime, je te films. When I bust out in French, that means it's serious shit. This is awesome for me to rock. This is awesome for my wife to rock. There you go. See these? I would definitely look into them. And ignore what they're saying. That doesn't last. Ignore that because it does. Projects. Well, nice time. Later.